You might have heard that Governor Newsom sued Fox News. He didn't even ask for a correction first. He just sued. I invited him on the show to talk it out man to man, but he said no. So we'll have to do it without him. On Tuesday, June 10th, President Trump said this in connection with the LA riots. Listen.
Mr. President, when is the last time you spoke with Governor Newsom?
A day ago. Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job.
Newsom responded on X, there was no call, not even a voicemail. We took that to mean there was no call, ever, period. Wouldn't you? President Trump sent Fox's John Roberts a screenshot showing that Trump and Newsom did have a call the previous Friday night, the first night of the riots. Based on what we knew at the time, I asked, why would Newsom lie and claim Trump never called him? Newsom says he meant there was no call, not even a voicemail, a day ago. And he was arguing about only when the call took place, not whether there was a call. Newsom thinks it would have been clear if we had played the full clip where President Trump said they spoke a day ago. Well, we left that out because it didn't seem relevant. We thought the dispute was about whether there had been a call at all, not when. We thought the governor was clear when he said without qualification that there was no call. Now Newsom's telling us what was in his head when he wrote the tweet. He didn't deceive anybody on purpose, so I'm sorry. He wasn't lying. He was just confusing and unclear. Next time, Governor, why don't you just say what you mean?
They learned their lesson. They knowingly omitted facts. They edited out those facts. They lied. They knowingly lied. And they weaponized that lie, and it was heard around the world. I'm looking forward to any deposition. I'm looking forward, Fox, to discovery. I'm looking forward to all your emails, all the text messages, Jesse. I'm looking forward to all of it, to all the senior producers, to the Murdoch family. I'm looking for it. I got all the time in the world, and I'll be spending it in Delaware, where we're doing this case. Or you apologize. Do the right thing. That's hard for you, I know, but do the right thing. You know, fair and balanced, really?
I'm sure Jesse Waters doesn't put anything in text or email.
No.
It would be embarrassing or he'd regret if it came out in Discovery.
Hey, YouTube. So I showed you guys a clip of Gavin Newsom and Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters is a Fox News host. Gavin Newsom is the governor of California, and you guys just seen that clip. So I want to admit, I am falling in love with Gavin every day. Gavin Newsom, the way he reads, like the way that he just gives the Republicans the blues. Like the way he reads and just make them look crazy is so rewarding to me. Like I'm like, oh, Gavin is, if you follow him on TikTok or YouTube, if you follow his pages, I'm like, whoever runs his social media, first of all, if it's him, but whoever runs his social media is just like phenomenal. Like seriously, his social media is so good. But so let me explain to you what happened. Gavin Newsom was asked the question, did Donald Trump reach out to him regarding the protests and all of the things that were going on in California? Gavin said he hadn't talked to Donald Trump. Donald Trump said that he spoke to Gavin the day before, right? Now, when the question was asked, Donald Trump said Fox News took out the day before. Gavin was aware that Donald Trump said he spoke to him the day before. So when the question was asked, it was, say, for instance, I believe it was June 10th. The day before June 10th is June 9th. Gavin said he hadn't spoken to Donald Trump June 9th because when he was answering his question considering the entire conversation when Donald Trump says the day before. Fox basically, Jesse Waters basically insinuated that Gavin Newsom was lying. So Gavin Newsom decided to sue Fox for $787 million. We know where that number comes from. That number comes from the settlement that Fox made with Dominion for lying about the election, right? The election that Donald Trump says that was rigged and that he won. Fox had to pay out $787.5 million for lying to their supporters, the people who watch their network. I personally, to be extremely honest, I was like, okay, a lot of people are going to leave Fox. After the court say you have to pay almost $1 billion for lying, you still have their supporters who support them. Fox has a strong hold on their supporters. I would admit that, because I'm like, if a network or someone gets sued and have to settle for almost $1 billion, I'm not gonna watch that network anymore, because you just admitted that you've been lying to me. And so, you know, they still watch. That's their choice. Sometimes I watch for entertainment. I think Fox is like an entertainment channel. I don't think it's news. It's not news. It's funny sometimes, because I'm sorry, some of the things that they say is so ridiculous. I'm like, people don't think this is real, but they do. Okay, so anyway, Gavin decided to sue Fox, right? And then Jesse Waters basically apologized, but in a very snarky, kind of trying to be funny kind of way. And Gavin Newsom basically got him to apologize. He said that he was going to go through with the lawsuit, and he couldn't wait to Discovery, because you know in Discovery you have to turn over all of your information, text messages, emails, everything. So he was basically taunting Jesse Waters like, I can't wait to Discovery. Basically, when my lawyers, my representation, and myself in Discovery gets to see your text messages, your emails, everything. We get to see everything to try to get to the root of the issue and, you know, go through the proceedings of the court. And so he said, either we can go through Discovery, we can go through this lawsuit, or you can apologize. Jesse Waters apologized, but I mean, like in a very snarky way. So basically, Gavin Newsom said that that wasn't sufficient enough, which I completely agree. And so the reason I know that Jesse Waters and Fox knew that they were being misleading is because they took out that piece that said Trump said he spoke to him yesterday. Why? And Jesse Waters, he says, well, I didn't think that that was important. What? That was the premise of the conversation. That was everything about the conversation when Gavin spoke to Trump. What do you mean you didn't think the day that he said he spoke to him yesterday? What do you mean you didn't think that was important? I'm like, what? Like, dude, they literally treat their supporters like idiots. And I don't understand why their supporters don't realize it. Because the minute, if I ask you a question and you intentionally edit some of the information, it is my belief that you intentionally edited that information to make me think differently. Because why wouldn't you just put the information in? And I'm like, when he said it with a straight face, he was like, I didn't think that was important. The day that he talked to him, because are you trying to insinuate that you felt like Gavin Newsom was saying he never talked to Trump, period? Because that would be pretty idiotic, considering Gavin is the freaking governor and Donald Trump is the president. Of course he talked to him before, but he's saying he didn't talk to him on that particular day, and you knew that's what he was saying. It's the reason you edited it out. And unfortunately, their supporters fall for this stuff. And so Gavin said he's going through with, I don't know what's going to happen with the lawsuit, because the lawsuit is kind of just him being petty. Gavin is being petty, which he should. I'm here for the pettiness. I am. So the lawsuit is probably not going to go anywhere. I mean, it is considered defamation, but defamation to the extent of $787 million. That number is it's just Gavin reading. That's what it is. It's Gavin reading, like Gavin just going after Fox and letting them know, I'm not scared of y'all. Y'all don't pump no fear right here. I'm not scared of y'all at all. Like zero, like -0. It's not even, -0 is not even a thing, but I'm just letting you know. No fear, zero fear of y'all. Okay, so it's like him just trolling them, like they trolled the country, basically. So when I seen 787, I said, Gavin, eat him up, Gavin, because 787 for them omitting 3 words on this day or yesterday or whatever. 787, Gavin, $787 million. But Gavin is like, okay, I'm going to troll y'all. And it's the reason people are saying nobody wants Gavin as president. I thought the same thing about Donald Trump, baby. Keep on living. My mother, I'm telling you, her famous thing, anytime I be like, she keep on living, Angel. So people who is just like, Gavin is not going to be able to win. People don't like Gavin. Donald Trump has been president twice. There's a lot of people don't like him. So if he can do it, and Gavin is a nice looking man, he's very articulate, he reads, he trolls, he's like, because I think what the establishment is not realizing is that old age politics is gone. Standing up there in a suit, acting like you're perfect and you don't do anything wrong, that's gone. That's gone. We should have known that was gone when Donald Trump got elected. People want people who are real. Gavin comes off real. I'm going to read you. I'm going to troll you. Every time you say something to me, I'm saying something back because you don't scare me. That's relatable. It is relatable because when I tell you, when I go on social media, I go to his pages because I know he's going to give me one. I know he's going to make me laugh. I know he's going to read. He's going to give me one. And it's going to be political. And so it's something that I'm actually passionate about and something that is like you learn. And so it's funny and you learn. I think he has a great shot to be president, to be extremely honest, especially if he keep going after Trump the way that he is. Because he seems like him, Jasmine Crockett, AOC, they seem like they're the only ones that's not afraid. And people on the left, more so than they want anything, they want someone to stand up to Donald Trump. They want somebody who's not afraid of him because they're afraid that he's going to primary them or he's going to talk bad about them on social media or Donald Trump is going to call them low IQ. These people are not afraid. Jasmine Crockett is not afraid. AOC is not afraid. Gavin Newsom is not afraid. They don't care about his little insults. They don't care about him. And see, another thing, what I will say, because I know people who are more center, is like they're safe. AOC is safe. Jasmine Crockett is safe. They're extremely popular and they are safe in their districts. Like their constituents love them. So they don't really have to worry about being primaried. Because I remember, and I'm blanking on her name, but the woman that did the Democratic address after Donald Trump did his first, it wasn't a press conference, but his first speech or whatever after he was nominated. There was a woman, I forgot her name, but she is in a purple state. So she's in a state that goes red, blue. And she was basically, I thought her name just popped in my head. But she basically was saying, I'm not as safe as AOC. I'm not as safe as, your Jasmine Crockett. I don't think she mentioned Jasmine Crockett's name, but she basically said, I'm not safe like AOC. AOC is not going to be primary. Nobody's going to take her job. Her constituents love her. She's in a deep blue place, so I can't do it like she can do it. And I understand that. I'm a person that believes you speak truth to power no matter the consequences. You say what you truly, authentically believe, and the consequences, as long as no one's trying to come after you physically, your family, or anything like that, you know that anytime you open your mouth, somebody's not going to like it. But as long as you're telling the truth and you're being genuine and authentic to yourself, you say it. You say what you truly believe. But like I said, again, I also understand people in the middle saying, I'm not as safe as AOC. I'm worried about my job. So I can understand both arguments. But yeah, I love Gavin Newsom. I do. And here's the thing, I wasn't completely on Gavin Newsom's team. I wasn't completely on the bandwagon because maybe a couple of months ago, I would say, he was like having interviews with right-wingers. And that's fine. That's fine. It's fine to talk to anyone. It's fine to have a conversation with anybody. So it's not a matter of speaking with Republicans. But there were certain things that, like Steve Bannon, his interview with Steve Bannon, there were certain things that Steve Bannon will say that was just absolutely ridiculous. And Gavin wasn't calling him out on it because it seemed like Gavin wanted to be so friendly because this whole quest to run for president, it's like he wanted to be more like in Steve Bannon and Steve Bannon supporters' good grace than he wanted to teach and hold them accountable. And I didn't like that, because it's like, yes, absolutely, go to Republicans, go to Republican in their spaces, but give your true opinions. Be respectful, because, you know, everybody should be respectful and nice, but no matter where you are, I could be in a room full of Republicans. I'm going to always say what I believe, unapologetically. This is what I believe. This is what I've researched and learned, and these are my ideologies. It could be a room full of 100 Republicans. I said what I said. And Gavin wasn't doing that. It seemed like Gavin was being so chummy, and he almost wanted to be welcomed by them. And I didn't like that. Go in those spaces, allow them to speak their truth and to say what they're going to say, but you stick to what you believe, and you stick to your opinions and your perspectives, and don't change it for anybody. And at first, because you can tell that Gavin was playing politics, and I didn't like it. And so I wasn't always on the Gavin train, but I know what Gavin is running for president. And he felt like he needed to do that on the Steve Bannon show or whatever. And so what he's doing now, how he's unapologetically like going up against Fox News, unapologetically going up against Trump, I love that. I love that. And so we'll see. We'll see if he jumps in a ring. If he runs, we'll see who the Republicans put up, because contrary to Donald Trump's belief, he cannot run for a third term. It's unconstitutional. I mean, I know he does a lot of things that are unconstitutional, so he believes that he can run for a third term. But remember, because Stacey Abrams said this and Jasmine Crockett said this, and this is a very poignant and important point. The Speaker of the House certified the election, right? So Mike Johnson is all in for Trump. He'll do whatever Trump wants. And so it's probably the reason Donald Trump is like, I mean, he didn't float that third term idea for too long, because it's like, you know what, we don't need to talk about that right now. He kind of said it and joked about it and made everybody kind of jump on it. I didn't jump on it because I knew it was ridiculous. I was just like, I think I made a video. I think the video was less than 8 minutes, because it's like, there's nothing to see here. This is just something he's saying. You know, it's certain things he just say it just to get people riled up or whatever. But Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House right now. If the Democrats do not take the House in the midterms, it can be some shaky stuff going on. It will be unconstitutional, but that hasn't really stopped this administration before. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to, you know, just sit and watch like everybody else. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring a small video regarding Gavin Newsom and Jesse Waters. Jesse Waters, I watch him and I'm like, remember his mother came out and said that she was disappointed in him and stuff like that, because I think his mother is a Democrat. And so Jesse Waters is a lightweight, especially compared to Gavin Newsom. And Jasmine Crockett, I know he tries to go after Jasmine Crockett. I'm like, child, she would read you under a bus. Like, Jesse, go sit down. But anyway, yeah, you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to put, the clip was in the beginning of the video, so you should have seen the clip already. They were playing semantic with words, but the fact that Fox News edited out that little part, I was like, yeah. And they obviously made Jesse come and apologize, because he did that little kind of, you know, janky apology or whatever. But Fox News know what they're doing. They made him apologize. They probably gave him the bandwidth to apologize the way that he wants, but they made him apologize because they know the fact that they kind of edited out yesterday or the other day, whatever it is, they edited out something that was like very important to the conversation. They know, because they did that, that's the reason why they made Jesse Waters apologize. But Gavin Newsom said that the apology is not sufficient. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how everything goes. Right now, I'm team Gavin Newsom, but like I said, we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.